Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people on whose traditional lands these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Love your comments, love your questions. First of all, heartfelt thanks that the 28 miners in the gold mine in Ballarat were rescued safely. So thank you for all your prayers in regards to that. My heart absolutely goes out to the miner that was killed in the rockfall and his young family, and sending prayers to the other miner that is in the Royal Prince Alfred Hospital, I believe, in a critical condition. Okay, love your questions. Now, I do have one of my beautiful viewers from Europe asking me to look at the EU, the European Union parliamentary elections. They don't come up until June. I'm going to just put those off for a little bit because there's some interesting things happening in the meantime. So with the EU Parliament, what happens is the vote goes every 5 years to all European Union citizens. However, the countries themselves run the election, and it is up to the internal machinations of those particular countries as to how the election is run. So, what we get down to now is that the EU Legislative Committee, if I get this round the right way, is bringing a legal case against the EU Executive Committee, because what happened is we've got Orban. Yeah, we all know about Viktor Orban, the autocratic dictator who basically is still in a democracy, but it's very dubious about how democratic it actually is. This is about a bit like, so Orban since he came to power, has been changing the election rules, basically to set himself up like Putin, where yeah, we'll have democratic elections, but I'm the only one that can win type scenario. So what happened is, I believe that the EU Parliament had frozen about 11 billion euros that was um, earmarked for Hungary, because frozen it because of the commitments that the EU required from Orban in regards to running democratic elections were not being met. Very convoluted. However, what happened is that Orban, because they needed a unanimous decision, was standing firm against letting Sweden join the EU and joining NATO or something along those lines. I'm sure Sweden's already in the EU, so it may have been NATO. Anyhow, however it went, Orban was standing in the way. So what happened was, oh, by crikey, shock horror, those funds suddenly got released, and the next day Orban said, yes, let Sweden in, not a problem. Talk about a bit of a blackmail bribery situation. So what's happened is that the Legislative Committee have brought a legal case against the Executive Committee for releasing those funds. Now, of course, I think I've got that round the right way. The Executive Committee are going, oh, no, the two instances not related whatsoever. Well, I sort of think maybe they would have waited a week before changing their mind instead of literally the next day. And I am really getting a feel that a lot of that $11 billion, I'm talking billion with a B, is not actually going to the people of Hungary, is what I'm really feeling. So, yeah, feathering those that were feathering their own nest in regards to this. Not saying it went to Putin. I'm not saying it went to Trump. I'm just saying it not have made it through to the Hungarian people. So I just want to have a look at how this court case is going to go, and then the fallout in regards to Orban and Hungary, or Orban. I'm just going to say Orban, because don't confuse the populace, the civilians of the country, for their leadership, especially when the leadership is basically gerrymandered to the hilt, and it doesn't really matter what the populace think. So let's have a look. How is this case? How's it going to go from the one that is bringing the court case? How's it going to go for the one that is bringing the court case? So this is going to get resolved before the European elections. So this is why I'm sort of holding off. The Wheel of Fortune. Times have changed. And those that were on the top are going to find themselves on the bottom. Karma is going to come and bite on the backside. The burden in this message, the burden of proof. Now, I was actually thinking, I'm going to stick by just how the court case is going to go, because even though I was saying from the one bringing the court case, I was really thinking about the one on the receiving end of it. So I'm just going to keep it very neutral. At the moment, there is a burdened message is going to be the challenge, but bringing forth the information, going to be seen from a different point of view, going to be stopped. I don't know if they've handed all the money over yet, but possibly they have. There's going to be a sacrifice in regards to this, the foundation, about contracts and agreements that were made. So this is very much about the contract and agreement in the past that occurred between Orban and the Viktor Orban government, cronies, and the EU Parliament. What have we got here? This is about a decision that needs to be made that will be observed on the world stage. So there isn't a ruling on this yet. As we know, King of Swords, the sword of the prosecutors coming forward. They've got a really strong case of the truth. This might occur fairly quickly, go fairly quickly. It might also throw the EU into chaos. Now, you've got to remember that the underlying in regards to the EU from the likes of Putin and Orban as a Putin, I won't say it, and as well as Trump, this is what not only MSB but Putin and all those that they're trying to break up this um, strong block of democratic countries. I don't know why I said MSB, but I'm thinking on the line of the fossil fuels, because to be honest, if fossil fuels, if countries move towards 100% renewable and don't have fossil fuels anymore, then countries like Dubai and Qatar and Saudi Arabia, etc., what is going to be their income? Sowing chaos, but I think it's going to move forward fairly quickly. And it was about dark money behind the scenes. The handing over of the dark money, there was a money agreement made that wasn't necessarily transparent. We've got the strength here, the strength of the Legislative Committee, the EU Parliament. This is why this is why you've got separation of these three different arms of government, which the US used to have, to be able to hold them accountable. We've got the Queen of Coins here. Security, stability, protection. I think it's also, what have we got here in regards to money? The Fool card, a new beginning. Also the foolishness of it as information comes forward about the money. The security of the EU, the foolishness of the action taken. As information comes about the money, is brought forward about the money, a ruling is going to be made that is going to be quite destructive, and it's going to tear down tear down an element of the EU Parliament, the ivory tower element, to rebuild it in a different manner. We've got the Knight of Swords, a harsh truth coming forward for this element, for those that caved in to this devil energy of Orban. And they're going to find themselves restricted. We've got an emotional cleansing, but also a partnership cleansing, and complete and utter downfall. There's a lot of anxiety in regards to this. I understand about money, that the money trail. There might have been some pocket lining in regards to this, not just in the Orban government. But here we have a strengthening of the rules and regulations that will bring about a significant ending and new beginning for those that try and smug merchant type thing. Smug merchant, but also, to me, this is very much about a delusion, an emotional delusion case. There's those that are trying to delude about their own mercenary actions. They've got big stick moment, they've got big legal ruling moment coming for them. We've got Russia here, and we've got secrets being revealed. Holy crumbs, this might have a bit more involved in it. Loss and disappointment for those that were engaging in financial, moral and ethical corruption. So there might be a few on. See how this goes. My first question that leaps to mind is Hungary going to be tossed out of the EU as part of this secrets being revealed that there are some parties that are going to have to defend themselves against? So show me quickly just a couple of cards. 3 cards? Shall I say 3 cards? It's never 3 cards. Plus 3 cards, never 3 cards. Okay, I'm going to do a bit of a Danny Shay type spread. 3, 2, 1 to get to the completion. Ending of this money protection. Okay, is Hungary going to find themselves tossed out of the EU? So show me the path. Is Hungary going to find itself tossed out of the EU? Oh, goodness me, is Hungary going to find itself tossed out of the EU? Oh, that one as well. I don't know what that one is. Is Hungary going to find itself tossed out of the EU? Come on down, let's have a look. Well, we have here the burden of the information that's coming out. We have the prosecution coming forth, and we have a plan coming to fruition, a ship coming in. Is Hungary going to be tossed out of the EU? Here we've got the money changing hands. It's money laundering, but money changing hands. And being stopped, sacrificial lamb, King of Swords, the ruling, case being brought forward and a ruling. Big stick moment for them. Knight of Coins, mercenary actions, those that were involved in this moral, financial and ethical corruption, going to find themselves out in the cold. Loss, disappointment. I'm going to grab Pendulum. I've got Temperance, King of Coins, and the World card, endings and beginnings. I've got a feeling they might be. So let's have a look. I won't bump the screen up. You guys know how I just hang it over the finger. Can I ask a question, please? Is Hungary going to find itself under a Viktor Orban either tossed out or restricted from the European Union. Yes. Is it coming from this legal case? Is it going to come out of this legal case? Yes, a little bit yes, but it's more than just the legal case. Is this legal case going to expose some on the committee that released the funds having a bit of a back pocket profit? Yes. So disappointed. This is why I'm saying I'm not going to read on the European Union elections yet, because I think this is a big player case. So I am just going to draw a couple of cards. Got the infighting as the truth is as this ruling is brought forward. This show me. Is this case going to expose some nefarious feelings behind the scenes? Is this legal case? Now, the reason I love your questions, keep them coming, but the reason why I don't read on them straight away is because they need to come to the level of consciousness where my boys basically say now's the time, and this is the sort of reason why, because there will be something that will come out in the meantime. So will there be that reflects the final result or influences final result? Will there be some on the executive committees, whatever the committee is, that will nefarious dealings behind the scenes? And I'm getting a big yup. Going to find themselves with some swords through the back. And again, moving the truth forward from what has been rocky forward to a new karma situation. There is strength here, strength in the case that is being brought forward. We've got the King of Swords in the past, so this is bringing forward the case, the prosecution, those against those that the smug merchants, for whatever better way to put it, who have been clouding the issue. But it is emotional. This isn't money. They've been emotionally clouding the issue. Got the Queen of Coins bringing forth information about money that affects the domestic security or the security of the EU. And the lies, deceit, and betrayal are going to be fully seen. Holy crumbs. They are going to be seen and heard and be put in a very uncomfortable position. It's not my victory card. It's never my victory card. I know many readers read it as that, but often, especially in the Rider-Waite, the figures in the background would be turning away, not looking, downcast eyes, etc. And the figure on the horse always looks very uncomfortable. So to me, this, I always go by the images in cards. I know the by-rote meaning behind the scenes, but they're going to be exposed and seen for who they are and be put in a very uncomfortable position. Not going to like what's on offer, but this is also about what is being offered here, hopes and fears, an offer being made. They might receive an offer to step aside, but they're not going to like it, is what I'm getting there. The outcome, sword of truth, piercing through the crown. Powerful, powerful truth energy, stronger boundaries set up. Oh, sorry, Orban, against this devil energy, against corruption. and chaining themselves to those that do not have the best interests of the EU. And we've got restriction. So sword of truth, strengthening boundaries, strengthening regulations against this devil energy that's going to find itself really restricted. Yuck. As there is a return to balance, moderation, and temperance. Big stick moment, new plans, powerful new plans coming forward, powerful new messaging, powerful new regulations about the money. New money beginning as well. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, thank you. Major case to get through before we reach the European elections, and I think this is going to be quite a relevant case. It's going to expose some very dubious financial dealings behind the scenes. It's going to what I'm getting from those cards is it's going to actually backfire on the likes of Orban and those that wanted to undermine the EU. What I'm getting is it's actually going to strengthen it. Okay, strengthen the boundaries, the regulations, the you name it. So fingers crossed. Love to you all. Take care.